welcome to Just Ask Freeman. This is brought to you by Freeman Owen Jr., of course, who's been a fiduciary for more than almost 45 years. So good to see you, and thank you for having me each week.
I love it. Great partner here to get this information out, the financial literacy that our viewing audience.
So important.
I hope with bated breath are just, Freeman, we got to know what to do.
We ran out of time last week, and we were talking about RMDs, Retired Minimum Distribution. What happens if we don't have someone like you and we don't do that minimum distribution at 72? Big trouble.
Big trouble. I did a little analogy. I said it's like raising vegetables or garden.
Yeah.
In the accumulation stage, you're placing X thousands of dollars or X numbers of dollars into a tax-qualified plan. Meanwhile, the Treasury Department just waiting. There's going to be a harvest one day at age 72. So in the accumulation phase, you continue making your contributions to your employer-sponsored retirement account, your 401k, your TSP, your 403b. These are tax-qualified plans. Now, age 72, that is the new eligibility age that originated from what we call the Secure Act, commencing January 1, 2020. That is now, for those individuals who are 70 and a half after that date, 72 is the big day. Now, you asked a question. What would happen if the participant in these tax-qualified plans, including IRAs, do not take the distribution at age 72?
You can't claim ignorance.
You cannot.
They don't care.
That's why you got to just ask Freeman. Call me at 833-414-7233 so that you can get the detailed, tax-efficient plan. And in that planning, we take into account that, hey, you've got to take a mandatory withdrawal each year. Now, if you don't, a person, well, I'm not taking, I don't need the required amount coming out of my IRA or my 401k or my TSP. Well, that big 1099 that you get from IRS will tell you the following year, you're supposed to take X thousands of dollars out of your TSP or your 401k or your IRA. You failed to do that, Mr. Participant or Mrs. Participant. As a matter of fact, you did not take that RMD and you let the time run out after the calendar year. You have to take and remove these dollars by 12/31 of the calendar year. You went into January 2nd, January 1st. I'm not taking that. There's a 50% penalty on, you're already,
unbelievable.
It is. It's incredible. You're already taxed. You're going to be taxed on the distribution. And then there's no one to help you to let you know, gee, if you don't take this money out, IRS is going to tax the amount I'm supposed to take out.
Plus 50%.
Plus a 50% surtax for the monies that you did not take out as well. So, folks, you need a tax-efficient plan. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. You know, as an added, here's what I want to do. I'm excited about it.
Okay.
Every time I ask that we have 10 folks call us and wish to become clients, and the offer as well with the tax-efficient plan, Social Security report, get the book, 10 IRA mistakes, and the tax traps that go along with that, that phone start ringing. So when we go to the next segment, we know that these folks are good people that are watching this, this show. They want the offer. They need financial literacy.
And they don't have to do these things. That's the beauty of it. If you want to be educated, of course you can be, but your office and you handle everything.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about the RMDs or what it's going to be or the time or converting away from taxes. You handle everything.
What we do is I have companies that set up these required minimum distributions each and every year automatically, where the funds go directly to the checking account or to their savings account. And also, when we do our tax planning, or I should say the tax efficient plan, we plan on the RMD.
For the rest of their life?
For the rest of their lives.
So you know what to expect. It's not a surprise.
No, it's not. And we've got a way when the RMD matches the program, a percentage that I set up for guaranteed, keyword, guaranteed lifetime income. Mm-hmm. Once that matches, no more RMD for life. The distribution coming out of a tax qualified plan, where we set up the tax efficient plan, know how to supplement Social Security. We can set up that RMD such that when that percentage that IRS wished to take out of your tax qualified plan, and we have a plan that matches that percentage, guaranteed income for life and no more RMD.
Amazing.
Folks, if you want to know all this good stuff, this financial literacy, just call Freeman. Just ask Freeman. 833-414-7233. That's all you got to do. So again, if you need the financial literacy, you need the help, you need to understand the required minimum distributions.
Yeah. And there's absolutely no cost, no obligation, no sales pitch whatsoever. But you can have this opportunity to meet Mr. Freeman. And each week, we save about 10 slots. So make sure you call in as soon as you can so we can get your reservation. Stay with us more. If you have any questions, all you have to do is just ask Freeman.
All righty.
We're frequently asked where we think tax rates are headed. Most experts agree tax rates will eventually have to go up as our federal debt increases. Without any changes, the government's current plan is set to expire in 2025. Every penny counts, especially in your retirement. Is your current plan efficient and optimized to reduce your tax obligation? Contact us today. Just ask Freeman for a complimentary review. Reach us at 833-414-7233.
All right, welcome back. If you're wondering, can I retire early? You're watching the news. Oh, gosh, probably not, you're thinking. But just ask Freeman, what if you retire too early? What happens?
You know, you're giving up your prime earning years. That means that you have to have your income producing assets. If you've got $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $1.5 million, you've got to stretch that out a longer period of time than the individual who retires at 62, 67, and 70. Notice I coordinate that with the eligibility ages of Social Security and Medicare during this journey.
Okay.
62. Okay, you retired early. Then you get your Social Security at age 62. You look at the check and you say, no one helped me. I did not know that my Social Security, for every $2 that I'm earning on the job, I'm getting ready to pull away, or I pulled away and separated from service, gee, I'm getting 30% less, and all I had to do was wait a few years.
Yeah.
Well, the consequences of retiring early. How about continuing health care? Suppose you separate from service.
Yeah.
And I use that, not loosely, I use that as in the private sector, but you retire, your health care is not portable. Now you got to go out.
You're on your own.
You're on your own. That's a consequence. And suppose your friends or relatives, co-workers, Rebecca says, you know, you got your 401k or your TSP, take withdrawals, man. No. You need financial literacy. You need a person like me, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Just ask Freeman, hey, before you make that move, look, I'm considering retiring early. What do I need to do?
Yeah.
Please help me. folks, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. And Rebecca, we're going to get a tax-efficient report.
For the rest of your life. That's what's so amazing.
That is. And you're going to have financial literacy along the way, not just drop you off, and that's it.
Good luck. And you keep that relationship. You mentioned don't take your money out of that 401k, and it's very important. Let's talk about compounding losses.
Yeah.
So big and powerful that people don't understand, I believe.
Yeah, it's if you are removing, now you do have to remove, if you do start taking the distributions as a payout from a tax qualified plan, believe it or not, you have to empty the entire amount out within or by the 10th year. That's part of that 10-year rule.
Gotcha. So you want to let it stay and grow, and you want to get that income from a different place.
Well, that's part of it.
Okay.
You could move some, just like I've mentioned. I say, well, suppose you've got $500,000 into your 401k or your TSP, or $1 million.
Let's say $1 million. I like that more.
Okay, $1 million on up. But many clients from that I have in Bowie, Fairfax, Fort Washington, Upper Marlboro, that's just in the Maryland area.
Yeah.
Montgomery County, Silver Spring, high net worth folks have come to see me, and they needed information about financial literacy and how to get distribution from these income producing assets.
And pay less taxes.
And pay
That's the
less
biggest
taxes. Got an accountant on board. If you kind of need, well, Freeman, how can I navigate my retirement and minimize my taxes in the long run?
Yeah.
Well, I have a CPA that takes care of that, you know. But when it comes to your and when it comes to your tax efficient plan, your Social Security, coming up with ways to have the peace of mind knowing that those assets
will be there,
are safe, will be there, and generate guaranteed lifetime income that the clients I mentioned in the, that's just in Maryland.
Yeah, because you're in 7 states, right?
Well, a little bit more now.
More now.
Yep, thanks to this show.
We're growing, and you keep your clients, and you have the most referrals.
I do.
That's what says so much about you and your integrity.
Yes, indeed, and the trustworthiness.
Yes.
I say that just about all in every show. Clients will say, I trust you.
Yeah.
And then I top it off. I say, well, you know where I live. I'm not going nowhere. But
and that's what honors you the most, I think.
Yeah, and I really enjoy having the knowledge that I can partake on our viewers.
Yeah.
And throughout these 7, which I've expanded, the metropolitan area, even clients, my clients in D.C., Washington, D.C., helping them having guaranteed income that they'd never outlive, titling their beneficiaries properly, informing them about the Secure Act.
Yes. You live in D.C., and a lot of us don't even understand what the Secure Act did.
Right on top of these rules and legislation that kind of changed the face of retirement and wealth transfer.
Yeah.
Is much different. I think one time we covered the fact the eligible beneficiaries. That is key too. Let me just cover a little bit of that because we were talking about retiring early. Eligible beneficiaries, spouses, children that are under the age of majority, most Maryland, Virginia, D.C., Ohio, and a few other places. They have the age of majority at 18. All right, in some cases, 26 if they are privy to being a beneficiary of the decedent.
So you can't just pick anyone?
Well,
like, what if I'm totally single and I just want to give it to my friend down the street or the milkman?
Yeah, you can.
We don't really have milkmen anymore, but you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
My UPS man.
All right. Yeah, I remember milkmen. Come right there.
We need to bring them back. We need to put them in those bottles again. All right, I'm getting off. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem, but that's all about.
Okay, so can you pick anyone as your beneficiary?
Anybody, even an entity.
Like a charity. Okay.
That's quite detailed, quite complex, and that's why I bring in elder law attorney or the state attorney to be there. Excuse me, even we have a conference call and the client wants to give X number of dollars to charity and take advantage of even from the RMD. Yeah. Can be up to, well, I won't quote the figure because that I'll leave that to the attorney and I just come in and take care of the financial aspect of guaranteed income, Social Security benefits, also helping the understanding of long-term care, the benefits of life insurance.
And the timing of Social Security is a big part of it.
That can be very, very complex.
You've had people that have come to you and you think, gosh, I wish you would have asked me a year ago. Because if you hadn't turned on your Social Security then, you could have done this. All these different scenarios. You play out all these what ifs.
Yeah, you do.
To know what can happen. And that's the best way to make a plan.
It is, because you do have to look at the what ifs. What happens if, what amount of money is needed if inflation hits 10%?
Right.
How will your income producing assets react to that in purchasing power? Prescription drugs, getting payouts over the life expectancy. How will wealth be transferred to our children, our grandchildren? And just like you mentioned, Rebecca, you could have anyone could be the beneficiary of your tax qualified plan, your siblings, your co-workers, anyone. Well, folks, to answer that question, just ask Freeman, because call us at 833-414-7233. Give us a call today. And I like to always tell the clients what they're going to get when they come through that door.
Please do, yes.
We're going to sit down. It's going to take several sessions. Tax efficient. I said efficient. We got to have a tax efficient plan.
Yes.
Plan. When do we get our Social Security benefits? We need a Social Security report, knowing when to file, how to maximize our Social Security benefits.
Definitely.
Complexity falls in short, just like you mentioned your child, okay? Yeah. Then it's a little different receiving the benefits for your child, your baby, than it is for, say, an adult. Right. Or elder person.
And the devil is in the details.
And thank you.
So you can really miss out on it. Big, big money. There's the number, 833-414-7233. More with Freeman Owen Jr. right after this.
All right.
You know, retirement planning can be stressful. We pride ourselves on being different from other financial planning firms. You know, and during your initial meeting, we will get to know you and you will get to know us. We want to learn all about your vision for retirement, and together we'll design a plan to achieve your long-term financial goals. Our friendly staff will make you feel comfortable. The moment you walk in that door, call us today for your complimentary review. You deserve the retirement of your dreams. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for staying with us. You wrote a book called How to Avoid not only the top 10 mistakes for IRAs, but also how to avoid the tax traps.
That's it.
Social Security was not supposed to be taxed.
No.
And then in early 90s, the administration at the time decided it will be taxed.
Exactly.
Are there any wiggles you can do to get the most of your Social Security, or?
It depends. See, Social Security benefits are predicated on the prior year's income.
For your whole life? Your whole working?
For your whole working
life.
All right. Now, there's provisional income. That is, if husband and wife file joint, receive Social Security benefits, the provisional income is like bonds, etc., that is added into your taxable wages or either taxable income.
Gotcha. So it's just added on to what your income would be and decides which bracket you're in.
That's right. 85. Now you could, if husband and wife earning in excess of $44,000, the tax consequence, I always say the consequence would be much as 85% of that would be taxable income.
Yikes.
Yeah. Now, if you're single and you earn in excess of $30-some thousand, 25% of your income is subjected to, or your your Social Security benefit is subjected to taxation. So yeah, your tax. Now, what was interesting is that if you go back a little bit in history there, Roosevelt provided or started the Social Security program. All right. In the 80s, okay, is when Social Security was taxed again. It's the second time. Because when you amass or accumulate your Social Security benefits, the quarters, well, let me see how that works. With the quarters, that is 40 quarters. You pay, when you're gainfully employed, you pay FICA, Medicare tax, Social Security tax. Then when you get your Social Security benefit,
they tax you again
at the federal level in some states.
Yeah.
In the state of Maryland, there is no tax at the state level.
But federally, we all have it.
Yes, you pay taxes again. Now, a lot of you out here are not too happy about that. But there are ways in which we can minimize the taxation on your Social Security benefits. Just give us a call at 833-414-7233. And what you have to do, just ask Freeman right here, 833-414-7233, and get your complimentary consultation. And we could discuss and come up with a tax-efficient way to reduce the taxes on your Social Security benefits when they are distributed to you. So you need a professional that knows and understands Social Security planning, know how to answer the questions correctly for you, help and guide you through. I got tons of software and spent thousands of dollars to come up with ways of forecasting Social Security benefits. You're forecasting your IRA payouts, your tax qualified plans is worthwhile. Why? Folks want to know. Just ask Freeman. Hey, Freeman, how do I get a Social Security report? How will you help me with a tax-efficient plan? What are we going through? We're going to look at the retirement income needs.
Yeah.
Housing. Savings. Work-related expenses, if we're still working. Vehicles. Retirement activities. We're planning to travel. Do you wish to develop your own backyard garden or volunteer with local organizations? Protection costs, health coverage, long-term care, being cognizant of the fact that, hey, I'm closing on 65, I've got to get my Medicare Part A.
Yeah.
Do you know what would happen? You turn 65, Rebecca, and you do not apply, you wait till 66.
What happens?
You're penalized for life. There's no turning back.
So rude.
So, folks, if you want to know when to get your Medicare Part A, if you'd like to get a tax-efficient plan so that you know and have the financial literacy on distribution of tax-qualified plans, a listing and understanding your expenses, unexpected expenses. How much income is needed in my retirement? I don't know.
It's hard to know.
It's hard to know.
Yeah.
Well, no one was there with the financial literacy that could be provided. Folks, let me tell you, just ask Freeman. Call me at 833-414-7233. I'm not playing around with this. We saw what happened when 10 folks just called in. Hey. Oops, I didn't mean to yell.
That's okay. You can yell. You're excited. We're already booked up for this, Tim, but that's okay. Keep the number.
We got another show coming. I want to keep those numbers,
That's
and
right.
I want to get that book to provide that information to new clients. The 10 IRA tax traps. There it is. They go along those top 10 IRA mistakes. Developing that retirement income budget. Consider the factors that are involved. Folks, call us at 833-414-7233 and get your tax-efficient plan, your Social Security report. Notice that I said not statement,
Report.
report.
Yeah.
And you're going to need that, the statement, in order for me to generate your report at every age, starting at age 62 on.
It's amazing. It really is. How can you do anything without a plan? Would you go on a trip without a plan?
No, I would not.
No, I don't think anybody would.
End up somewhere you don't know where you would be without a
How did we
plan.
end up here?
Exactly.
And think about it. We insure our homes, we insure our cars, we insure our jewelry, we insure blah, blah, blah. But we don't insure our income.
That's something.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
Because we weren't taught to.
Exactly. Let me give you a little tidbit. I think I got a minute or two before the
2 minutes.
Okay, the clock on the wall is telling me. All right. This was something that I used, a technique, or I should say a plan, to protect an IRA with the new Secure Act, where we have to take a distribution at 72.
Okay.
And also, it's difficult for non-spouses if they don't know how to get receive the benefit as a beneficiary. That's why it's so important to have beneficiary planning. I took this option because the person is young enough, whereas I say, look, I'm going to use a product, an index universal life. The cash value within that index UL is tax-free.
It's great.
The death benefit is tax-free. There's a $1 million IRA that goes to the non-spouse. All right, now, if the person inherits that $1 million, that's a non-spouse, under 59 and a half, that's a $300,000 tax liability.
Yikes.
We can have a $1 million policy, tax-free, take the $300,000 from the tax-free death benefit, pay IRS for the taxes on the IRA. We still got a $1 million IRA and $700,000 in tax-free money. Put it together, $1.7 million.
Amazing.
You say.
It's a great example, sir, because you're showing that there are literally a plethora of products and of maneuvers that you can do. So if you have any questions about when you can retire, how your retirement might be for the rest of your life, all you have to do is just ask Freeman. 833-414-7233. Be sure to join us next week. You can always use the QR code to get to our landing page. Have your calendar ready, please, when you call so we can get your appointment very soon. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you at home. We'll see you next time.